Because I feel like this is such an obvious take that it's almost like,
if you really want to make things big, it can't be just your following, my following. We have to discuss an issue that all these other people also.
So I have a lot of respect when people understand how small they are in the pond.
but the knowledge is only so limited because you have to respect people's attention.
Yes.
And so if you tie it in and you anchor it in the way that Andrew Schultz is saying here.
Ruslan.
Are you ever in a place where you know you're right? You know you're right about something.
Uh-oh.
But everyone else won't acknowledge it. Like, won't directly acknowledge it. And there's something we've been doing here that is so right.
Is this an intervention for me?
It's not an intervention for you. Zach's nervous. There's something we've been doing here that's so right. We've been talking about it on this channel. We've been talking about it in the course, the training, all of it, right? And I feel like folks are just now catching on. And it's also like these like Weasley creatives that don't want to listen. You know what I mean? Like folks that we the folks that we do help behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And they don't really want to listen. A couple of them have really listened, right? Like my brother Arthur from Apologia Center. Like guys have really listened. But when I heard one of the biggest stand-up comedians echo the very exact point that we've said, I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. Because I feel like this is such an obvious take that it's almost like insider information, right?
Yeah.
But it's really not. And so I want to play this clip of Andrew Schultz and basically echoing something we've been preaching on this channel in our free training for years, right? And it's something that we've unlocked in the way we're doing stuff. And I'm not saying this is the only way to do YouTube.
But it's the best way.
I just think it's the best way. And so let's jump into this clip. This is Andrew Schultz, and this is him on Chris Williamson's channel. The title of this video is Andrew Schultz predicts Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate.
How tall is Andrew?
6'2" probably.
Oh, I thought he was taller. Okay, so
6'2",
they're about
6'3"
the same. They're about the same height. Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I'm Andrew, especially if you got 100 mil in the bank. There's no way.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Yeah. Legacy counts for a lot, man. But
To
then
impress some 14-year-olds on the internet?
So they're talking about whether Jake Paul and Andrew Tate should fight and who has more money in the bank and yada, yada, yada. That's the macro of this conversation. Now listen to, now again, I would say Andrew Tate, Jake Paul are like almost household names if they're not household names.
Yes.
I'm not sure how many people I'm coming across that don't know either who Jake Paul is or either who Andrew Tate is.
Yeah.
Right? But listen to where this conversation goes. Let it rock.
I was adamant it was going to happen. All right, so who does Jake fight next, do you think?
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz. That's the one that you would make if you were the kingmaker?
Nate Diaz. Because you want to rile up the MMA crowd. You want everybody in MMA. MMA is bigger than boxing, right? Now, so it's like you want everybody in MMA to be rooting for the MMA guy. Because you have to tap into like a stream that's bigger than you. If you really want to make things big, it can't be just your following, my following. We have to discuss an issue that all these other people also feel, and ideally, they don't even know who the we are, but they tap into our conversation.
We have to tap into something that's bigger than us.
Yep.
An issue that all of these other people feel.
Yeah.
So we're tapping into a form of tribalism.
Yes.
Right. And this is where a lot of YouTubers fail.
Yeah.
You become immersed in your own ecosystem.
They want to vlog their
world.
morning routine.
Yes. They want to vlog their morning routine, and they think that what they have to say is so important and so significant. And so when you stop for a moment and slow down and consider that people have very limited attention spans.
Yeah.
And if it's just anchored on you and your guest or what you feel like talking about today, you're very much limiting what you're talking about.
Yep.
Right?
In group, out group. You want them and us.
Bare minimum, tribal curiosity.
Yep.
So like when we put out, I imagine you're going to put out clips from this podcast. Every one of those clips is going to tap into an issue. Not you, not me. Maybe a couple clips of Schultz about this, but it will be about a topic that's bigger than the both of us. And ideally, people who don't even know who they are find us, they find you, they go, I like the way this guy talks in interviews. Maybe I'll listen to his other stuff.
Yeah.
But we're tapping into something bigger, right? Like, so what's the umbrella? That's what I'm looking at when I look at a fight with them. I'm like, okay, what's the umbrella? The MMA crowd is desperately trying to prove that they're as qualified strikers as boxers. The boxers are desperately trying to prove that boxing is a much better martial art, is a much better form of defense. And you have those two groups using Jake and whoever he's fighting as proxies.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the war in Ukraine, right? It's like Afghanistan. You don't really want the fight. The fight ain't about the Taliban versus whatever. It's about United States versus Russia. That's what I want the boxing match.
Hey, if you want to successfully start your YouTube channel, I'm running a free 2-day challenge for you. During these 2 days, I'll be pulling back the curtain on some of the particulars of what it took to grow my main channel to over 240,000 subscribers and laying out a blueprint of how you can do something similar. And to prove that this isn't some dated strategy that I only used on my main channel, I'll also explain how I did it for my second channel in the last few months, growing it to over 50,000 subscribers and having it generate about $5,000 a month on average. I know there's a whole lot going on around the holidays, you're busy, but if you want to approach your YouTube channel with a strategy and a system that's proven, sign up for this free 2-day challenge below. You can sign up by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Andrew Schultz, arguably one of the biggest comedians in the world,
Yes.
with one of the biggest podcasts in the world, is still acknowledging that in his own content creation process, that they're still tapping into this tribal curiosity of other topics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And those hot topics, those trending topics, people would say, clickbait, bro. It's clickbait.
That's
you
hilarious.
goobers. It's clickbait. Why did you title this video so well and make a thumbnail so good
That I'm here.
That I'm here. And here's Andrew Schultz,
Yeah.
one of the biggest comedians in the world, who gave the money back that he got from allegedly a Netflix deal to do his own thing independently on one of the biggest podcasts in the world, Flagrant 2, or just Flagrant now.
Flagrant.
Right? Acknowledging that his name and his clout and his thoughts on things isn't big enough. There still needs to be some sort of topics in the macro issue of what they're talking about.
You know, that's crazy. I think I have a lot of respect for creators when they realize how small they are in the pond, especially when they're larger creators. Ruslan used to do this. Ruslan reacts. No one really cares about the name. So I have a lot of respect when people understand how small they are in the pond. And it's easy when you get that like 10, 15, 20, 30,000 subscribers to think you're a lot bigger than you are. So when I see an Andrew Schultz talking about how he has to tap into all of these other things, it shows how brilliant of a creator he is. Because ultimately, he knows that if he wants to continue to grow, he needs to keep tapping into different things. And it's something that's just like, it's just tried and true. Don't make it about you, but you make it about the audience. It seems to work. It seems to work. It seems to be like that being the model that we're even using now on Master YouTube Live, that you've always used on the main channel, Ruslan KD, Bless God Studios for sure.
Yeah. Because the temptation is to be like, 3 ways to not deconstruct your faith.
Yeah, well, the temptation is to be like 5 habits that helped me
Right.
buy a house in Southern California.
Yes.
5 things that helped my marriage
Because you want to
be
transfer
successful.
the knowledge,
Yes.
but the knowledge is only so limited because you have to respect people's attention.
Yes.
And so if you tie it in and you anchor it in the way that Andrew Schultz is saying here, I think it's super powerful.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been successful without this. Is way more trash than going, Andrew Schultz talks about amazing tip for YouTube.
For YouTube strategy.
We just brainstormed the title live.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. So I think this conversation, super necessary conversation, I feel like Andrew Schultz echoing this makes me feel vindicated.
Yeah.
It makes me feel
I'm
like,
not crazy.
yes, I'm not crazy. I've been saying this on this channel forever.
Yeah.
And it seems like people some people just aren't resonating with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or the stuff they're resonating with, like the niches are too small. You know, like, so if you want to speak to a broader audience, you're going to have to hit broader topics.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you're just speaking to like very niche pastors and internal conflicts within specific tribes of neo-Calvinists,
You better
versus
have
Reform.
a $2,000 course.
Yeah, seriously. You better have something that
You better have something to generate off that 7,000 people.
Yeah. I think the macro idea as a takeaway, guys, consider what you're interested in that other people may be interested in, and then infuse your knowledge in those said topics.
Yeah.
If you can do that, you're going to be way better than just like dropping
Yeah.
your fitness advice to
The
people.
idea is like to reel it back,
Yes.
right? It is to find a topic and see how it can tie in.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, and
think youth group pastor vibes.
yeah, I don't know about that.
This is going on, and I need to reel it back into the topic that I'm gonna present on Sunday or Wednesday night group. Yeah, that's what it is.
I would say in the content strategy, think relationship with my audience.
Oh, okay.
If me and my audience, if me and you guys
That's fair.
have a touch point, and it's every day or every other day, a couple times a week, and because I genuinely care about the things you care about, over time, we can then have a certain videos that it might just be me pontificating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over time, we start to infuse those types of topics. But on the initial growth spurt, and I still feel like we're in a growth spurt here. Like
Yeah.
we are barely crossing 245,000 subscribers on the main channel. That's relatively small.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
In the
that's
grand
not
scheme
even
of
a top
things.
5,
Yeah.
top biggest Christian channels.
Yeah.
Right. So even in that space, like we're still growing. So it's like, do I want to just turn on the stream and just rant about whatever I want to rant about? Yeah, I do. A lot of times I do.
Yeah.
But it has to be anchored into something other people care about.
Yep.
Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. Now, if you're like, meh, I don't want to sign up for $5 a month, I don't need another recurring subscription. Listen, I get it. You could also make a donation using PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, but we really want to get you on Patreon. I promise you, the perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.